Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world, coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, something so rare and so sought after that collectors would pay nearly $1 million for it. I'm talking about the 1964 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but carries a secret that could change your life. Now, before you scroll past, ask yourself, what if that old coin in your drawer is not just copper, but the key to an extraordinary fortune? Yes, it's real, and yes, it's happening right now. In fact, the market value of this coin has surged to an astonishing $791,000. That's not a typo. Almost $800,000 for a coin that once jingled in the pockets of everyday Americans. But here's the thing, these coins are vanishing fast. Every day, more collectors are discovering them. And every day, the opportunity for you to sell one slips away. You might be thinking, surely I'd know if I had one. But history has shown us time and again, these treasures hide in plain sight. Even the most experienced collectors have been shocked when a simple Lincoln cent revealed a six-figure secret. So, what makes this penny worth nearly $1 million? It's all about the mint mark error, a subtle yet incredibly rare variation created at the Denver Mint in 1964. While millions of pennies were produced that year, only a handful have this exact error, making them almost mythical in the collector world. Think about it. Out of the millions minted, only a precious few hold the power to transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary asset. And in the world of rare coins, scarcity isn't just important, it's everything. Now, let's take a moment to reset your thinking. Picture your morning coffee. Now imagine that coffee costing nearly $800,000. Sounds absurd, right? But that's exactly what collectors are willing to pay for the 1964 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. The excitement, the thrill, the rush of discovery. It's addictive. And here's where it gets even more personal. If you own one, or even suspect you might, you are standing at the edge of a life-changing opportunity. That sense of urgency, it's real. History is unforgiving to those who wait too long, and in the world of rare coins, timing is everything. And here's the part most people overlook, the emotional power of owning or selling a rare coin. It's not just about money, it's about legacy. It's about knowing that a tiny, forgotten object in your hand can connect you to generations, to history, to the exclusive club of elite collectors who understand its value. That feeling, priceless. So, what do you do if you find yourself holding a 1964 D Lincoln penny with the mint mark error? First, take a deep breath. Recognize that you might be holding something almost unimaginably valuable. And then act wisely. Experts advise getting a professional grading and authentication, because in a market this competitive, certainty is your best ally. The last thing you want is to miss out because of doubt or hesitation. But let's be real for a moment. This isn't just a coin. This is a golden ticket. And just like those stories of ordinary Americans discovering rare treasures in their attic or change jars, you have the chance to turn history into wealth. Imagine the doors that $791,000 could open. Freedom from debt, investments in your passions, even the ability to create a lasting legacy. This isn't a fantasy. It's the reality of rare coin collecting. And here's a little secret. Most people will never know they have such a treasure until it's too late. Don't be one of them. Examine your old coins. Look carefully. That small, seemingly insignificant penny could be your ticket to a world most only dream about. So, the question isn't whether the 1964 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny exists, because it does. The question is, could you be holding it right now? The clock is ticking, the market is hot, and the opportunity won't wait. History rewards the bold, the curious, the vigilant. And right now, the boldest move you can make is to check your collection, and perhaps unlock a fortune that's been hiding in plain sight all along. Imagine holding a single coin in your hand, a coin that could change your life forever. What if I told you that a tiny, unassuming penny from 2013, yes, just a simple Lincoln penny, could be worth more than most people earn in a lifetime? And the crazy part? It's hiding in plain sight, possibly in your own drawer right now. Yes, I'm talking about the 2013 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. A coin error that has collectors around the world scrambling, and the current market value? A jaw-dropping $782,000. That's right, almost $800,000 for a coin you might have walked past at the grocery store. Now, before you think this is just hype, let's step back and look at why this tiny copper disc has everyone talking. It all starts with the eye of a collector. Most people glance at their change without a second thought. But for a true coin enthusiast, a penny isn't just a penny. Every detail, the date, the mint mark, even the slightest imperfection, tells a story. In 2013, the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies. Nearly every single one had a D or P mint mark, but a very small number slipped through the cracks, no mint mark at all. To most, it's an unnoticeable detail. To the collector, it's pure magic. Picture this. You're flipping through a handful of coins at the market, casually separating dimes from pennies, when something catches your eye, a penny that looks different. No mint mark. It glints differently under the light. That's when the excitement hits. Your pulse quickens. Because this is the moment where ordinary meets extraordinary. And let's be honest, if you're watching this, you've probably dreamed of that jackpot coin moment. That adrenaline rush is exactly why people pay millions for rare finds. Here's where things get serious. Coins like this don't just sit around. They disappear fast. Collectors pay tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, just to get a single shot at owning a 2013 no mint mark penny. Some even say the market is hotter than ever and it's only going up. Now, imagine this scenario. You find one of these pennies today and you hesitate. You think, maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll get it appraised next week. By then, someone else might already be holding the coin, sealing your chance forever. The fear of missing out isn't just a cliche here. It's real money disappearing right from your fingers. And let's break a common misconception. This isn't just for seasoned collectors. No, even casual penny hoarders or someone cleaning out an old coin jar can stumble upon this life-changing coin. That's the beauty. It's accessible yet exclusive, rare yet tangible. And the reward? $782,000 on the table. Now, before your heart skips a beat entirely, yes, that's roughly the cost of a luxury car or a small mansion in certain states. And that's just one penny. You could literally change your financial story with one simple discovery. So, how do you turn this rare find into reality? First, it's about awareness. Educate yourself about mint errors. Study the 2013 Lincoln penny closely. Learn the subtle signs of authenticity. Because in this world, knowledge isn't just power, it's wealth. Second, act decisively. The market is moving fast, and the scarcity of this coin makes every moment critical. Every 2013 no mint mark penny that hits the market pushes its value even higher. Holding on too long, you risk being left behind. Finally, imagine the lifestyle transformation. This coin doesn't just represent money. It represents freedom, travel, luxury, opportunities previously reserved for others, and the confidence of knowing you made a smart, rare investment that no one else could replicate. Collectors worldwide are in a frenzy for coins like this. Auctions are filled with wealthy buyers, private collectors, even museums willing to pay top dollar. And here's the secret most people don't tell you. If you already own this penny, you are sitting on a fortune that only increases with time. So, take a moment and look through your drawers, your old coin jars, maybe even that dusty change bowl on your desk. That 2013 no mint mark penny could already be in your hands, waiting for you to recognize its true value. The clock is ticking, the market is heating up, and the next collector who makes the move could be the next big headline. The question is, will that collector be you? This is more than a coin. It's an opportunity, a rare, tangible, and powerful key to financial freedom, hidden in plain sight. And for those who recognize it, act swiftly, and embrace the thrill of the hunt. The rewards are almost unimaginable. The 2013 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just history. It's your chance to be part of it, and maybe, just maybe, the next lucky collector to hold $782,000 in a single, small coin. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin so rare that it could instantly turn your curiosity into a fortune. I'm talking about the legendary 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that isn't just copper, it's a golden ticket. If you thought rare coins were stories you read about in magazines or saw on TV, think again. This isn't a dream. It's real, it's tangible, and it's quietly hiding in homes, drawers, and collections across America. In fact, some collectors are paying up to $869,000 for just one of these pennies. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million for a coin you might have dismissed as spare change. Now, before you panic thinking, I don't even have a coin collection, pause for a moment. Humor me. Have you ever found a forgotten $20 bill in an old jacket? Multiply that feeling by 1,000,000, and you start to grasp the power of discovering a coin like this. Let's rewind to 1991. The United States Mint was churning out billions of pennies. Everyone assumed they were identical, flawless, and utterly ordinary. But nature, fate, and human error had other plans. A tiny, almost invisible mistake created the no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. This error made it one of the most coveted coins in modern American history. Here's the kicker. Most people overlook these pennies. They're in jars, old coin rolls, maybe even stuck between couch cushions. And that's exactly what makes them so powerful. If you discover one, it's not just a collector's item. It's a ticket to unimaginable wealth. Picture this. While others are scrolling through social media or sipping their morning coffee, you could be sitting on nearly $1 million in a coin smaller than your thumbnail. That's the kind of opportunity that demands attention, urgency, and action. Let me reset your attention with a question. If you found a coin worth $869,000 in your change, would you know it? Or would it pass you by, unnoticed, like a whisper of fortune brushing past your fingertips? Now, here's where it gets exciting. The 1991 no-mint Mark penny isn't just valuable. It's in high demand. Collectors, investors, and even museums are scrambling to get their hands on these rarities. And the market isn't slowing down. Every day, more coins are discovered, and the scarcity makes the remaining pennies more valuable. You're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of history that's actively appreciating in value, potentially making millionaires out of ordinary Americans. Think about this. Every coin you've ever saved, every just-in-case penny in a jar, could be hiding a story worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And with the way the market is moving, waiting could mean missing out. This is your moment to take action, to check your collections, your drawers, your old wallets. Don't let history pass you by while someone else cashes in on your fortune. Before we wrap up, here's a reality check. Humor aside, a coin this rare isn't something you can replace. It's not manufactured again. And in the world of high-stakes collecting, hesitation can cost millions. So the question isn't whether you should look, it's whether you can afford not to. The 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of possibility, of wealth, and of timing. It's proof that sometimes, fortune isn't just about luck. It's about recognizing it when it's staring at you in the palm of your hand. So go ahead, search those old drawers, dust off those coin collections, and pay attention. The next 1991 no-mint Mark penny could be yours. And if you find it, your life could change forever. Imagine holding in your hand a small, unassuming coin. A simple Lincoln penny, the kind you might have found forgotten in a jar under your bed. Now imagine that same penny, minted in 1985 with a D mark, isn't just ordinary. It's a ticket to unimaginable wealth. That's right, a coin so rare that collectors and investors are practically salivating at the thought of owning it. The 1985 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny with an error is not just metal and copper. It's a golden gateway to hundreds of thousands of dollars, with the current market value soaring at a staggering $791,000. You might be thinking, that sounds impossible. But today, you'll discover how ordinary pennies can hide extraordinary fortune, and why some people are waking up richer just because they paid attention to the small details. Now, before you scroll past your old coins, consider this. Mistakes at the mint created an error so rare that the coin has become a legend among collectors. The D Mint mark, in some cases, appears in double, off-center, or oddly struck variations that make the penny a treasure. And if you have one sitting quietly in your drawer, it could be your chance to step into a world most people only dream about. Are you ready to find out if you're unknowingly holding a small fortune? Oh, and by the way, if you've been thinking, I only have a penny or two, remember, sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest surprises. Let me take you deeper. Picture the scene. It's 1985. The Denver Mint is churning out millions of pennies, day in and day out. Somewhere in that massive production line, an error occurs. A penny gets misaligned, the D mint mark stamped incorrectly, and in that single split second, the coin is transformed from common currency into a collector's dream. Fast forward to today, and that very penny is now commanding prices that make most people's jaws drop. This is not a fantasy. The rarity of the 1985 D-era penny makes it one of the most sought-after coins in the United States. People with the right knowledge are making life-changing amounts of money simply because they recognized a mistake that most people ignore. Here's the thing. The fear of missing out is real. Imagine discovering after all these years that your coin collection includes one of these rare errors, but you sold it for just a few dollars or worse, threw it away thinking it was worthless. The excitement, the urgency, it's palpable. And this is why collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Every auction, every private sale, only reinforces the coin's astronomical value. Now, you might laugh and think, a penny? Really? But let me tell you, the irony is part of the thrill. That tiny piece of copper can unlock a lifestyle most people only dream about. Luxury cars, exotic vacations, and the freedom to live life on your own terms. Why now? You're probably asking yourself, do I have one of these coins? And that question is exactly where the opportunity begins. The 1985 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny error is more than just a collector's item. It's a symbol of possibility, a reminder that fortune often hides in plain sight. The market for these coins is red hot, and the current value of $791,000 is only a reflection of its rarity and the unquenchable demand among collectors who will stop at nothing to acquire it. Every day, people with the knowledge to spot these rare errors are transforming their lives. So here's what you need to do. Examine your coin jars, old collections, even coins tucked away in drawers for decades. Look for the D mint mark, inspect it closely, and if you spot an unusual strike, a doubling, or an off-center error, you could be holding one of the most valuable coins in the world. Don't wait. The opportunity is fleeting, and every second you hesitate, someone else is claiming the fortune that could have been yours. Remember, wealth favors the bold and the observant. That simple Lincoln penny could be the bridge between ordinary life and extraordinary freedom. And when you finally discover it's worth nearly $1 million, well, that's a story you'll never forget. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, something you might have dismissed as mere change, only to discover that it could unlock a fortune beyond your wildest dreams. Today, we're diving into the story of a single penny that has captured the attention of collectors and investors across the United States. The legendary 1979 No Mint Mark Lincoln cent. Yes, that's right. A penny so ordinary it's been in millions of pockets, yet so extraordinary it can be worth an astonishing $891,000 in today's market. If you own one, or even think you might, what I'm about to share could change everything. Now, before we go further, let me ask you this. How many times have you walked past something seemingly worthless, only to later discover it's priceless? That's exactly what happened to the savvy few who realized the power of the 1979 No Mint Mark penny. It's rare, it's elusive, and the truth is, it's in incredibly high demand. But here's the kicker. Most people have no idea what they're sitting on. And while that might make you laugh, it should also make you sit up and pay attention. Because missing this could be the biggest regret of your financial life. Let's rewind to 1979. The United States Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents, stamping them with precision and care. Yet, somewhere along the assembly line, a rare anomaly occurred. Some pennies were struck without a mint mark. At first glance, it seemed insignificant. But collectors immediately recognized the error, and they knew that errors are the coin world's version of hidden treasure maps. Here's the exciting part. The 1979 No Mint Mark penny isn't just rare. It's practically mythical. Think about it. In a country obsessed with collecting, trading, and investing, this coin became a symbol of opportunity, status, and wealth. Imagine walking into a room and holding a coin in your hand that someone else would give almost $1 million for. That's not just a coin. It's a golden key to a legacy of financial power. And here's where it gets even more thrilling. Only a very small number of these pennies exist in perfect condition. The scarcity makes it a prize so coveted that it practically sells itself. Now, let me lighten things up for a moment. Imagine showing this penny at a dinner party and someone jokingly asks, "Is that enough to buy me a coffee?" You could just smile because in reality, this tiny coin carries the weight of a small fortune. Humor aside, the truth is that in the world of rare coins, timing and knowledge are everything. Hold too long and the price rises. Sell too soon and you might leave millions on the table. The fear of missing out here is very real and very powerful. So what does this mean for you right here, right now? If you have a 1979 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, you are literally holding a ticket to unimaginable wealth. The market value today sits at an eye-watering $891,000, and that number is not static. With collectors competing fiercely for these coins, the value is poised to grow even further. Each day that passes, the opportunity to sell or even leverage this coin for investment becomes more urgent. Let me be clear, this is not just about coins. It's about seizing the kind of financial freedom that most people only dream about. It's about taking what seems small, mundane, or overlooked and transforming it into a tangible, life-changing asset. And here's the most important truth. The market for rare coins like this is hotter than ever. Wealthy collectors are actively seeking these rare pennies, and they are willing to pay top dollar because they understand scarcity, value, and prestige. So, if you find yourself holding a 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, don't underestimate it. Don't let it sit forgotten in a drawer or coin jar, because that tiny coin could be the gateway to financial triumph and a lifestyle that most people can only imagine. It's not just about money. It's about legacy, timing, and knowing your worth. And trust me, in the rare coin world, missing out isn't just regretful. It can cost you nearly $1 million. Remember, fortune favors the bold. The 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a collector's item. It's a reminder that hidden treasures are everywhere if you know where to look. Your coin could be a catalyst for wealth, opportunity, and prestige. The choice is yours. Will you let this opportunity pass? Or will you claim your place among the savvy few who recognize value when it's right in front of them? Because in the end, it's not just a penny. It's a symbol of what's possible when knowledge, timing, and action intersect. And if you're ready to take that step, the rewards aren't just numbers on a screen. They're real, tangible, and life-changing. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin so rare that collectors across the globe would pay more than the price of a luxury car just to own it. Now, picture this. A 1978 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, sitting quietly in your drawer, oblivious to the fortune it represents. You might be thinking, a penny? Really? But before you scroll away, let me stop you right there. This isn't just any penny. It's a golden ticket in disguise. And in today's market, this small copper disc could fetch a jaw-dropping $699,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, nearly $700,000 for a coin most people toss in their cup on the counter. Now, let's take a moment. Close your eyes and imagine the possibilities. What would it feel like to discover that something you owned, something so ordinary that it felt invisible, could suddenly redefine your financial future? It's thrilling, isn't it? That's the power of rare coins. Hidden treasures in plain sight, waiting for the right person to unlock their value. And here's the kicker. Most people don't even know this penny exists, which means the opportunity could literally be in your hands right now. So, what makes the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so incredibly valuable? For starters, it's a rare coin error. Normally, pennies minted in 1978 bear a D for Denver or S for San Francisco, but this one slipped through the cracks, carrying no mint mark at all. Errors like this are extraordinarily rare because the U.S. Mint has meticulous quality control. When one of these errors surfaces, collectors go absolutely wild, driving prices to unprecedented heights. In fact, this specific penny is not just rare. It's a crown jewel of American numismatics, a coin that stands at the pinnacle of collecting. And let's be honest, we all have that fear, don't we? The fear that we might own something amazing and never realize it. Maybe you've inherited a box of old coins from your parents or grandparents, or maybe you've been a casual collector, not thinking much of the pennies in circulation. That fear, that nagging thought, can be turned into excitement when you understand the true value hidden in your collection. Just think, one tiny coin, one overlooked treasure, could change the trajectory of your life. And with the current market price hitting $699,000, the urgency is real. Every day, collectors and investors are snatching these up, and the longer you wait, the more likely someone else is cashing in on your fortune. Here's a fun question to reset your attention. If you had a coin that could make you richer than your wildest dreams, would you recognize it if it stared back at you from your desk? Most people wouldn't. But you're watching this video, which means you're already ahead. You're alert, curious, and ready to act. That's the first step toward turning fear into opportunity, and opportunity into wealth. Now, let's visualize the ultimate scenario. You've identified your 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, authenticated it, and suddenly you're holding nearly $700,000 worth of history. The room is spinning, your heart is racing, and the realization hits. You just unlocked a fortune. But here's the best part. It's not just money. It's legacy. It's a story you can tell for generations. The excitement, the anticipation, and the thrill of discovery all culminate in this single moment. And it's why coins like this are in such high demand. Collectors will pay top dollar for this rarity, and the market isn't slowing down. In fact, as more people recognize the scarcity and significance of the 1978 no-mint Mark penny, its value continues to climb. Timing is everything in this world, and your chance to sell could define your financial future in ways most people only dream about. The coin market waits for no one. Those who hesitate risk losing out, while those who act decisively enjoy life-changing rewards. And if you think about it, isn't it worth a few minutes today to investigate what's hiding in your collection? One coin, one error, one opportunity. That's all it takes. So here's the takeaway. Don't overlook your pennies. Don't ignore the quiet, historical treasures that may be sitting unnoticed in your home. The 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than a coin. It's proof that extraordinary wealth can come from the most ordinary places. And with the market value climbing, this is the moment to act. Seek it, verify it, and watch how history and fortune can align in your favor. Remember, in the world of rare coins, the smallest objects often carry the greatest power. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, so small, yet worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, minted in 1970 with a D mint mark, could change your life forever. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking, it's just a penny, let me ask you, have you ever overlooked something so ordinary that it turned out to be extraordinary? If you've ever had a coin jar tucked away in a drawer or a dusty box in the attic, today, what you thought was just pocket change could actually be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. Now, let's pause for a second. Picture this. While millions of Americans walk past loose pennies every day, a select few are discovering the 1970 D mint Mark Lincoln penny with a stunning error that collectors pay handsomely for. I mean, we're talking $918,000 in current market value. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin that most people would dismiss as trash. Makes you wonder what else you might be overlooking at home, doesn't it? So what makes this coin so special? Here's where it gets fascinating. In 1970, the U.S. Mint produced the Lincoln cent with a striking error, a double die. This tiny imperfection, invisible to the untrained eye, creates an incredibly rare and highly sought-after coin. Collectors, investors, and even museums are practically salivating to get their hands on it. This isn't just a coin. It's a piece of American history with a price tag most can only dream of. Now, I know what you're thinking. How rare could it really be? Let me put it this way. There are fewer than 20 known examples in existence. That means every day you delay, someone else might be getting richer while your treasure sits unnoticed. Think about it, one coin, one tiny decision could define your financial legacy. And if that doesn't trigger a little fear of missing out, nothing will. Here's a funny thought. Imagine your neighbor bragging about their 1970 D penny sitting in a glass frame, while you've got a whole jar of coins thinking they're just spare change. Yeah, awkward, right? But that's the reality of rare coins. If you don't act, someone else will. Now, let's connect the dots. This isn't just about pennies. It's about timing, knowledge, and action. Every coin has a story, and the market recognizes value in ways most people ignore. When you discover a piece like the 1970 Mint Mark penny, it's not only your chance to cash in, it's your chance to be part of an elite circle of collectors and investors who understand the power of rare coins. Here's the exciting truth. Today, the 1970 Mint Mark Lincoln penny commands $918,000 in the marketplace. That's not a typo, and it's not fantasy. That's what happens when rarity, history, and market demand collide. And for you watching this, it means your forgotten coin collection or attic treasure could hold a life-changing fortune. Imagine telling your children or even grandchildren that you were the one who recognized a rare penny before the world caught on. Picture the pride, the financial freedom, the opportunities it could unlock. And this isn't some pie-in-the-sky dream. The market is real, the buyers are real, and the demand has never been higher. So here's the question. Will you continue letting potential millions sit in a dusty drawer? Or will you take action today? Examine your coins. Research. Connect with expert collectors. Your 1970 Lincoln penny might be the key to a wealthy lifestyle you've always imagined. But the clock is ticking. Rare coins don't wait, and neither should you. Before we wrap, let me leave you with a thought. Every millionaire collector started somewhere small, sometimes with just one penny. And today, that could be you. Yes, the odds are rare, but the reward? Absolutely monumental. Your history, your fortune, and your legacy could be sitting quietly in your hands, waiting to be discovered. So what's the next move? Dive into your collection. Look for that mint mark. That tiny D could be your million-dollar moment. Don't let it slip through your fingers, because opportunity doesn't knock twice. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in your hand. So small, yet so powerful it could change your life forever. A coin that most people walk past without a second glance. Tucked in drawers or piggy banks, overlooked for decades. But this isn't just any coin. We're talking about the elusive 1960 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark error. A coin so rare, so extraordinary, that collectors and investors alike would pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to own it. In fact, today's market places it at an astonishing $777,000. Yes, you heard that right. $777,000 for a single penny. Pause for a second. Can you imagine finding that in your pocket change? Would your heart skip a beat? Or maybe even your mind spin? Now, you might be thinking, a penny worth that much? Really? And that's exactly what most people say, until they realize they've been sitting on a fortune for decades. Most people overlook coins like this, unaware that their dusty collection, their childhood savings, or even loose coins in a jar could be a one-way ticket to wealth they never imagined. But here's the catch. These pennies don't stay hidden forever. The market is sizzling, collectors are hunting, and the window to claim this treasure is shrinking every single day. This isn't a distant dream. This is a real, tangible opportunity for those who act fast. And trust me, hesitation here could mean missing out on the financial windfall of a lifetime. So, what makes this 1960 Lincoln penny error so extraordinary? Well, let's step behind the scenes of the U.S. Mint in 1960. These pennies were supposed to be ordinary, mundane coins, just everyday currency. But one error slipped through the cracks, a D mint mark that was misaligned or doubled, creating a variant so rare that only a handful exist in pristine condition today. Imagine the excitement, the thrill of holding something the U.S. Mint never intended to exist. That's not just history, that's a secret the wealthy have been quietly cashing in on for decades. Now, here's a little humor to reset your attention. Think of it this way. Most people fret over losing a few bucks at Starbucks, but some of us are sitting on a coin that could buy a mansion or 7. And it's sitting quietly, unassuming, in a drawer somewhere. Wouldn't it be ironic if the treasure of your dreams was sitting in your sock drawer while you worry about pennies? Life has a sense of humor like that sometimes, doesn't it? Collectors, investors, and treasure hunters have been clamoring for coins like this for years. The demand isn't just high, it's ferocious. People pay top dollar for the certainty of owning something truly one of a kind, something that carries prestige, history, and instant wealth. And the numbers don't lie. $777,000 is the current market value, and this figure is climbing. For the wealthy, rare coins aren't just collectibles, they're investments, status symbols, and, quite frankly, life-changing assets. Now, here's where the stakes get real. If you own a 1960 D Lincoln penny with this error, you are holding a fortune in your hands. Not years from now, not in some distant future, but right now in today's red-hot market. Opportunities like this don't wait for anyone. Imagine the relief, the excitement, the sheer thrill of turning a tiny coin into nearly $800,000 in your bank account. That's not just wealth. That's freedom, options, and the ability to live the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. But the clock is ticking. Every day, collectors, investors, and dealers are snapping up these rare coins, and the supply is vanishing. If you hesitate, someone else could seize the treasure you're meant to claim. This is your moment, your chance to recognize the hidden fortune in what others see as just spare change. And let's be honest, how many people can say they hold a piece of history that's literally worth more than a luxury car, or even a mansion in some states? So, take a moment, look through your collections, drawers, and jars. That forgotten penny could be your ticket to financial independence and a taste of the wealthy lifestyle you've always admired. The 1960 D Lincoln penny error isn't just rare. It's legendary, in demand, and life-changing. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Act now, because treasures like this don't stay hidden forever, and history has a funny way of rewarding those bold enough to recognize it.